What's going on, everybody? My name is John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert. Oh boy, do I have a movie that I want to talk about. Man, do I have a movie that I cannot wait to tell you about. Let me just say this real quickly. This is a movie that everybody needs to see. Like, straight up. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. This is a movie that you need to go see. Don't ask questions. Just go to the theater and go check out this movie, and that's all I'm going to say before I review this movie. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so not to worry, guys. You're not going to hear any spoilers whatsoever about this movie that I'm going to talk about. This is going to be spoiler-free, so I'm going to promise you guys you have nothing to worry about. So let's talk about the latest science fiction animated movie called The Wild Robot. As you all know, we have been continuing with Sci-Fi September, which I hope you guys have been enjoying the series, which thank you all so much if you guys absolutely been loving this series. We have pretty much covered 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s science fiction. And as I'm recording this, we're going to be continuing with the science fiction movies of the 2010s and 2020s. And then that's where we're going to be moving on to October for some more craziness. So make sure you click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to comment, share, and tell us your thoughts on each of the episodes that we talked about for Sci-Fi September. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the latest movie from DreamWorks Animation, directed by Chris Sanders. And for one thing, I have no idea this was based on a book. Secondly, I gotta tell you a little bit of backstory of how I discovered this movie. So, I was just scrolling through my YouTube page, and then I come across the trailer for The Wild Robot, and I pressed play, and immediately I thought to myself, whoa, this looks amazing. So, I could not wait to check out this movie when it comes out, and I was so looking forward to actually hearing what people are saying about the film. And I heard some huge early reactions that it is a animated masterpiece. It's one of the best animated films of the year, arguably one of the best movies of the year. So this got me really hyped up. And I'm going to be honest with you people, I had no idea what the story actually was about. All I know is that it's a robot, and it also features a bird and a talking fox. And that's where I thought to myself, man, what kind of story could it possibly be that they're going to be talking about? I had no idea what the story was going to be, and so I pretty much went in with big expectations that I was going to at least love this movie. And guys, I am happy to say that this movie is not only an amazing film, but this is a masterpiece. This movie was phenomenal. I went straight from work to the movie theater to go check out this movie. As I'm recording this, today is actually Thursday, September 26th, so that's actually the day that I'm actually recording this, and it's going to go wide release after Thursday's showing. So if you guys are in your area and you go see this movie when it comes out in theaters, please do. But yeah, I went from straight to work all the way up to the movie theater that I go to called Studio 10 Cinemas, which are wonderful, by the way. And I actually got people that I know that actually work at Studio 10 Cinemas, and they love seeing me at the movie theater. Like, every single time they pretty much see me, they know what kind of movie I want to see, and then they'll always ask me anyway, what movie are you going to go see? They knew exactly what type of movies that I absolutely love. They know I love action. They know that I love superheroes. They know that I absolutely love sci-fi. And they know that I pretty much love any type of movie genres. And animation has always been the genre that I grew up watching. I pretty much watched a lot of animated films from Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar, of course, and also the recent ones like Illumination, and also Studio Ghibli is also a big one. And when it comes to DreamWorks animated movies, they suddenly got into the right track in the 2020s. There was The Bad Guys that came out, and then there was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So they got out to a pretty strong point of making really good animated films. I love the bad guys, but the Water Robot is easily better. I can also make the argument this could be DreamWorks' best animated film ever. Now, there are the Shrek movies that people absolutely enjoy. I know that a lot of people love the Shrek movies. I even enjoy Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. That's another one of my favorite animated films that I love that came from DreamWorks Animation, which also features stop motion from Artman. But, oh man, the Wild Robot. This movie was just so awesome. Like, I loved this movie, which, thanks a lot, Wild Robot. You're making my list of best films of the year even more difficult. Jeez, I'm kind of annoyed, honestly, that I have to figure it out. Which animated movie did I love more? Did I love Inside Out 2 more, or do I love The Wild Robot more? Which it's going to be quite interesting how I preparate this when I do watch it back to back whenever I get the chance. Let's talk about the great things about this movie. First off, the animation is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is probably one of DreamWorks' best animation I have ever seen. The backgrounds is gorgeous. The character animation is perfect. The character design is wonderful. I love the sci-fi elements that was in this movie. Like, I was blown away of how they were able to put this all together into one movie. This pretty much is a kind of a survival story about this robot that protects these animals, including having a relationship with this bird that actually gave a hatch inside an egg, and then she meets this fox who is all about eating things, including the animals. So he's kind of a mean fox, but then they start to bond a friendship, and then it's pretty much up to this wild robot to pretty much get to know these animals, but the animals know this robot and hopefully become friends and hopefully form a bond. And the designs, the just everything that they did to make this movie was just so phenomenal. Like, I was already blown away by the animation when I saw the previews, but man, when I watched it on the big screen, it made it even better. This was just perfect. Like, everything in terms of how it looks, the way it's designed, everything was just so gorgeous, including the environments. Like, everything was just so top notch. The story is so powerful. Like, I love the way it was written. I was absolutely hooked when you get to see this bird that pretty much hatched out of an egg, and you pretty much see this bond between this robot and this bird when the bird grows up and everything like that. And that's all I'm going to say from there in terms of storytelling. There are definitely some big things that was in this movie, and you are just so captivated by this whole story. And you're just so captivated of if these characters are going to be okay, if they're going to be fine, if people will accept this robot. Is she weird? Is it someone that we could say that, is it possible that you can get along with this robot, or is it just something that we just cannot accept? It's just so beautiful. The way that they put this all together was just so amazing in terms of the storytelling. In terms of these characters, they are all just so wonderful and just so likable in this movie. Of course, you get the Water Robot, the main character, which I absolutely loved her in this movie. Pedro Pascal plays the talking fox, and he is great. He's got some great humor that's also in this movie. I also love the bird. The bird was awesome. You also got some other characters in this movie, which they pretty much are the background characters, and they are really funny. they also are extremely likable, and you get to see the bond between these animals and also with the robots. I mean, it's just absolutely so beautiful how they manage to rend these characters all together, and it's just beautifully written with these characters. The musical score, oh my gosh, the musical score is so beautiful to listen to. Like the sympathy, the way that the instruments are played, it is just so beautiful. I love the way it was written. It was so good. I just love the way that it was done for the score, and it was just absolutely was just beautiful to listen to. Like you could just feel the powerful music sympathies, and once they get to the big music, the combination of the animation just made it even more perfect than it already is. Like, as you know, I'm a music guy. I love listening to music, and film scores are not usually that I talk about many, many times. But since I am a lover of music and I love hearing instrumental that makes you say that really fits for the movie, yeah, this one totally fit for the movie. The way that they put those instruments together with the score in this entire movie, like it's just phenomenal. I love the way that it actually was done. It's just so good. Well, let's talk about the third act finale, which again, I'm not going to get into spoilers. Like I said, it's spoiler free, but my say, the third act finale, whew, it will leave you on the edge of your seat. Like, the third act finale was so awesome. I love the way it was put together by the ending of the movie. Like, you are just on the edge of your seat and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, this is absolutely, oh boy, like, what's going to happen there with these animals, the robot, what's going to happen? Like, you're just on the edge of your seat. It's so good. It is so perfectly executed the way that they put this all together in terms of how they managed to put into the finale. And the finale of this movie was just so good. And it leaves you on a note, the ending that will make you so satisfied the way that they put this together. Now, it may not be an ending that you might not see coming, or it could be something that you say for yourself, you knew that was coming, but you love it for how it ended anyway, because you'll know that, you know what, everything's going to be okay. And you're just smiling throughout the entire movie. In fact, I actually was smiling when I was seeing lots of things, and then I was actually having some smiles and chuckles at the same time. Like, I was just really enjoying it. I was thinking to myself, man, this is so good. Like, I was just loving everything about this movie. Like, it's just so beautiful. The way it was executed. Like, I don't know how in the world. I don't know how they manage to put this all together and manage it to make it, arguably for me, the best DreamWorks movie. Like, it is just so good. Now, most of the time when I talk about animated movies, it's normally just me talking about like Disney, Pixar, and Illumination and all that stuff. And even Sony Pictures Animation, I talk about them a few times. But I don't normally talk about DreamWorks. And this might be the first time in the history of my podcast, of our podcast, this is a podcast, that I talk about a DreamWorks animated movie. Maybe because DreamWorks had not been the best in their game lately, but because of the recent movies and recent hits that came out in the 2020s, the Wild Robot, I mean, the expectations are now reaching higher than ever. They reached it up, like, up here. Like, that's how amazing this movie is. Honestly, I don't have a nitpick for this movie. I have no negatives. I personally think it's perfect. It's a perfect animated movie. I love it so much. It's just a beautiful animated movie. I mean, I even said it in my review. I said that I love this movie. There are words to describe The Wild Robots. Amazing, beautiful, phenomenal, spectacular, and wonderful. Like, those are the words I can put all together for this one movie. If you have not witnessed a DreamWorks animated movie for a while, please go see this movie. This is a must-see, a must-watch. This is by far is one of the best films of the year, which now is going to make my list even more difficult, which now I have to figure out for myself. Where am I going to rank them in terms of these best films of the year? Which it's going to be even more interesting. And yeah, needless to say, people, you can tell I absolutely love this movie. Like, I'm so glad that people went to see this film and absolutely loved it. I'm so glad the critics loved it. I'm so happy that people are going to go check out this movie when it does come out. I really hope that this movie does well, and I truly believe this is a classic. This is a classic animated movie, and just by far is the best of the best. It's just so good. So, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. Please see this movie. It is an amazing animated movie, and definitely is going to be in the ranks of the best of sci-fi. It is that incredible. And that's all I have to say for my review of The Wild Robots. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that any other of my podcast buddies get to check out this movie and they get the chance to review it. I would love to hear their thoughts. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Threads, Facebook, Instagram. We'll have some more new episodes coming to you very soon on our podcast. We'll got some other new big movies that we're going to be reviewing very soon. So don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications of what kind of episodes that we're going to be doing. And we will continue on with Sci-Fi September, and that's what I'm going to say from there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I really hope that you guys get a chance to go see this movie. As always, I am John Thompson, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. God, no.